There's not a faint chance in hell that this is funny. And when you see those flat, corny, late-night jokes, those are so cringy. There's a warm-up guy, and generally the warm-up guy's a failed comedian. What they're doing is just like reading off of a teleprompter. Colbert, there's Jimmy Kimmel, there's Fallon. There's literal applause signs that flash to tell you when to applaud. They're like, okay, explain to the people. Okay, when Jimmy comes out, I want a big round of applause. Let's practice this right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy Fallon. And everybody
practice it.
Yes. They'll train the audience. The banter was fake. Their dialogue back and forth was scripted. So they were saying, so Andy, I understand you got married, and blah, 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 blah. Oh, well, and so they're reading it, and I'm watching the class like, this is mad.
What if I told you this was all planned? Yeah, you heard me. Joe Rogan and Megyn Kelly didn't just accidentally roast Jimmy Fallon. They orchestrated it like a symphony of sarcasm and surgical strikes. 1 minute Fallon's giggling through limp monologues. The next he's getting dissected. Rogan breaking down his act like a lab specimen. Megyn slicing to the forced laughter with scalpel precision. This wasn't improv. It was an ambush wrapped in wit, dipped in truth. And what did they expose? Just how hollow the applause sounds when the jokes have no soul.
Let's talk about Jimmy Fallon, because having worked at NBC, I understand people saying it's a toxic place to work. I do, trust me. However, it's rare to see somebody like Jimmy Fallon, who's supposed to be everybody's favorite late night guy, though not according to the ratings, come under this kind of scrutiny. And the controversy is getting bad. Now, I will tell you, he's not the worst. The Daily Show has the worst.
Picture this. The Titanic is sinking. People are screaming. Chaos everywhere. And in the corner, there's Jimmy Fallon giggling, playing charades with Leonardo DiCaprio. That's the energy he brings to late-night TV. The world's on fire, scandals erupt, democracy teeters like a drunk flamingo on ice, and Jimmy? He's over there in a blonde wig, doing yet another musical sketch, grinning like a third grader who just discovered glue sticks. It's not comedy, it's crisis denial with a house band. But now, finally, Joe Rogan and Megyn Kelly have stepped onto the deck, yanked the kazoo from his hands, and hurled it into the freezing Atlantic of public opinion.
Road to obscurity. Nobody's going to care anymore. It's like you're seeing it take place with late night television. Nobody gives a fuck about it anymore.
I know.
And it's slowly, you have a bad business model and you're not adapting.
Yeah, the creativity's gone for late night comedy, right? Like, that's not really a thing anymore.
Jimmy Fallon doing a song about different variants of COVID. But this one is so strange. It's like, what did they him up with to get him to agree to do this?
Let's be honest. Jimmy Fallon hasn't conducted a real interview since Obama had black hair. He doesn't ask questions. He reads cue cards like he's auditioning for a role in a kindergarten play, punctuating each line with noises only dogs can hear. When scandal-drenched celebrities drop onto his couch, his biggest concern is whether they want to play puppy pong or guess which sushi is real and which is Play-Doh. Joe Rogan saw this circus and laughed so hard, he nearly exited this dimension. Megyn Kelly didn't laugh. She brought the flamethrower, and not a moment too soon. Fallon has spent years slowly transforming into an animatronic theme park host. Plastic smile, rehearsed giggle, and the intellectual depth of a foam pool noodle. He's not hosting a show anymore. He's hosting a padded safe space for publicists, a rehab facility for broken reputations, a celebrity witness protection program where nothing real is ever said and no one gets challenged.
Tucker controversy. And the reporting out of Rolling Stone is, I'm conflicted, I'm gonna be honest. Because kids today, they're so dramatic, Jesse. They left due to their mental health. They were fired. Rolling Stone reached out to 80 current and former staffers. Not a single one had positive things to say about working on The Tonight Show or for Jimmy. NBC, in defending the story, did not defend Fallon. They just said, we're incredibly proud of The Tonight Show.
Joe Rogan zeroed in on Jimmy Fallon's unique superpower, the ability to make even nuclear-level controversy feel like a lukewarm cup of chamomile tea. The man could have a war criminal on the couch and still segue into a segment called Who Wore It Better, Dictator Edition. The only thing Jimmy interrogates is whether Chris Hemsworth can balance a pancake on his elbow. Riveting stuff. Meanwhile, Megyn Kelly's tolerance for this kind of cotton candy cowardice ranges somewhere between absolutely none and I'd rather gargle glass. She said what everyone with functioning frontal lobe already knows. Fallon isn't hosting a talk show, he's running a PR rehab spa, complete with mood lighting and zero accountability. Said something awful? Done something worse? Got a streaming flop to promote? Fallon's couch is your sanctuary. Just smile, play the game, and leave your spine at the door. And don't forget to laugh, or rather, let Fallon do it for you. That infamous laugh, part dolphin, part malfunctioning Roomba, bursts out no matter what's said. He's like a living laugh track with separation anxiety. If silence lasts more than 3 seconds, Jimmy might actually combust. Now compare that to Joe Rogan's show, where guests are expected to bring facts, arguments, citations. There's pressure to know something. On Fallon's show, you just need a cute story about your dog and a willingness to eat mystery pudding from a hat. Fallon's idea of journalism? Asking Billie Eilish what her favorite cereal is. That's not late night. That's kindergarten show and tell with better lighting.
This paragraph. Reporting things like having nightmares related to work, in a constant state of fear, being put on anti-anxiety medication, hair thinning, weakened nail beds, going to therapy. Some claim they had suicidal ideation as a result of the working environment. They reported, I'm like, what the hell did Jimmy Fallon do? What'd he do? I read the next paragraph. It says, they reported Jimmy snapping at people. He snapped at people? What do you mean? That caused suicidal ideation?
Megyn Kelly wasn't having it. She eviscerated Fallon's whole act. The Bay's buffet of fake fun and performative neutrality. His refusal to take a stance on anything is marketed as virtue, when in reality, it's just fear with a side part. Fallon's not trying to unite people. He's trying to keep his sponsors. Every time he flashes that goofy smile, a focus group somewhere give a standing ovation. Let's be clear. Fallon's brand is cowardice dressed up as charm. He doesn't poke power. He invites it over for board games and asks if it wants to play Twister. When the media needed to hold up a mirror, Fallon held up a glittery Snapchat filter. He's not a thought leader. He's the anti-thought leader. The king of candy-coated nothing. A man so obsessed with keeping things light that even helium feels grounded next to him. Joe Rogan nailed it. Fallon is terrified of losing approval. That's why he never challenges, never questions, never digs. He treats public discourse like a magic trick. Distract, 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 and poof, nobody notices that both the emperor and the guests have no clothes. Fallon's true gift? Making the grotesque seem adorable, the corrupt look quirky, and the dangers come off like they just need a hug. Remember when the world was in political freefall? Fallon's response was to slow jam the news like he was flirting with democracy while juggling rubber chickens. Real journalists were chasing truth. Fallon was chasing the rock with a Nerf gun. He's what happens when comfort food becomes a personality. And now, finally, people are calling it what it is: empty, safe, and actively unhelpful.
Like, I want to be in the meet. I want to be a fly on the wall in that meeting where they go, okay, Jimmy, this is what we're going to do. You're going to be singing about all the different variants. And it's like, here's a song. And you're going to be dancing and saying, he's like, okay.
Might be the best. It's XBB.1.5. Another brand of COVID-19 has arrived. It's a new strain, but it isn't the same. Sounds more like Elon Musk's name. It's XBB.1.5, not UB40, who sings red, red wine. Put on your mask when you're inside a facility. It could be a robot from a Star Wars trilogy. It's
What?
God.
What is happening there?
Megyn Kelly didn't just call out Jimmy Fallon. She torched his entire ecosystem. She went after the whole late-night machine that props him up, the one that prizes clicks over content, fluff over facts, and memes over meaning. Fallon isn't just part of it. He's the crown prince, the chosen avatar of harmlessness. But in a time when media demands courage, Fallon's still playing Mad Libs with Tom Hiddleston. The danger of the Fallon formula isn't that it's offensive. It's that it's deliberately inoffensive. When something matters, Fallon disappears. When someone's career needs CPR, he's there with a juice box and a glitter pen. This isn't comedy. It's crisis PR wrapped in a sparkly suit. Meanwhile, Rogan's show dives 3 hours deep into real conversations. Fallon? He offers a highlight reel of irrelevance. And Megyn brought the receipts. Guest after guest, welcome mid-scandal, forgiven with a giggle and around a wheel of musical impressions. It's not an interview. It's a reputation rinse cycle. And the format? It's like a Fisher-Price guide to avoiding substance. Lip sync battles, egg roulette, box of lies, true confessions. The only confession Fallon should make is that he stopped caring about real content sometime around 2013. He's not a host anymore. He's Pinterest with a studio audience.
They have some examples. One employee said Fallon would write personal insults to staffers, as opposed to constructive criticisms, such as, Are you okay? Seriously, do you need help? He's laughing. And, ugh, lame. What's going on with you? You've outdone yourself. The horror, Jesse.
Megyn, see, this is what I struggle with too. And are we dealing with somebody who's an actual jerk, or are we dealing with this new generation?
Meanwhile, Joe Rogan is interviewing neuroscientists who are veterans, whistleblowers, comedians, and philosophers. Jimmy Fallon, he's talking to the guy who taught his cat to skateboard and asking Dua Lipa if she likes pizza. This isn't a competition. It's an intervention. Megyn Kelly pointed out something even sharper. Fallon's legacy won't be defined by controversy. It'll be a cautionary tale, not because he offended, but because he refused to. In a world crying out for clarity, conviction, and candor, Fallon chose to become a walking gif, vaguely funny, briefly entertaining, and instantly forgettable. And yet, he still occupies a late-night chair once held by legends, men who took risks, said something real, got political, got weird, got angry. Fallon just got safe. He's a Rendell tuxedo of television, perfectly fitted, completely impersonal, and forgotten the moment you leave the room. Rogan and Kelly aren't anti-comedy. They're anti-cowardice. And Fallon's brand of toothless giggles wrapped in brand synergy is exactly the thing they're warning against. This isn't about left or right. It's about real or fake. Rogan's platform is messy, controversial, unpredictable, but undeniably alive. Fallon's is shrink-wrapped mediocrity, complete with commercial breaks. And the most tragic part? It didn't have to be this way. Fallon had talent. Back in his weekend update days, there was a glimmer, edge, mischief, potential. But then came the money, the branding, the pressure to please everyone. Now, Jimmy Fallon is just the host formerly known as Interesting.
Have gone over well in the Kelly household. So yeah, I don't ever know what to make of him, Megyn.
Same. I feel the same. I've got serious questions about whether any of this is true. I mean, in every job I've ever worked, I've had people who would jump through brick walls for me, and I can be a tough boss. I'm not an asshole, but I'll say, like, that was a shitty packet. Like, we need to do better. That was not okay. And the team, my team loves me, and I love my team because we are all about putting out great work product. And I'm quick to compliment too. Like, what did he say? He basically said, "Are you okay? Seriously, do you need help? That's causing people to lose their hair." People need to toughen up. Your workplace is not your nana's life.
Megyn Kelly and Joe Rogan didn't take down Jimmy Fallon out of spite. They did it like a demolition crew leveling a rotting amusement park. Not out of cruelty, but because it's time to build something better. Something that doesn't dodge hard questions. Something that doesn't treat truth like a hot potato. Something that doesn't end every crisis with Kazoo's solo and a choreographed dance-off with Cardi B. As Fallon stumbles through yet another round of fake laughter and celebrity bootlicking, just know the roast has been served, not with malice, but with surgical precision. Someone had to hold up a mirror, and someone had to shatter it. Rogan brought the hammer. Kelly brought the heat. Fallon? He brought a banana costume and a joke about Taylor Swift's cat. Late Night has officially left the building. All that remains is Jimmy, still giggling into the void. Here's the real kicker. Fallon isn't just irrelevant. He's allergic to relevance, allergic to tension, allergic to truth, allergic to anything that isn't sugar-coated and served with a wink. You could lock him in a room with a political whistleblower, a climate scientist, and a civil rights icon, and somehow Fallon would turn it into a lip-sync battle with SpongeBob impressions. And the worst part? That's not an accident. That's the formula. By design.
Now, I will tell you, he's not the worst. The Daily Show has the worst ratings. They only have 366,000 people watching that show. During the Jon Stewart years, it was over 2 million. Now it's down to 300,000. Seth Meyers, absolutely dreadful. He doesn't even have 1 million, 778,000. I mean, for network television, this is, you don't have to pay for it. It's there when you turn on your TV, you plug it in. That's a dreadful number. Greg Gutfeld on cable, which you do have to pay for, it has more than double the numbers of Seth Meyers. Jimmy Kimmel, 1.5 million averaging, also equally horrible. And then there's The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, who back when I was there, 2017-18, he was averaging 2.3 million a night. Now he's down to 1.3 million, Jesse. And he cannot afford the "you are toxic" controversy because he's also pulling in reportedly over $15 million a year. So you got all that money for 1.5 million in audience, which is a nothing. I mean, the middle of the day on Fox News gets that. Or at least used to before the Tucker contract.
This is an accidental fluff. It's manufactured avoidance. Fallon's entire show is meticulously engineered to be utterly forgettable, not controversial. not meaningful, just beige. It's like late-night TV designed by a committee of HR reps whose favorite color is inoffensive. While the world burns, Fallon's still handing out S-mores and asking celebrities to play egg Russian roulette, dodging uncomfortable truths like they're coated in radioactive slime. There's no bite, no sting, no satire, just a soothing hum of mediocrity, wrapped in fake enthusiasm and applause signs. Joe Rogan noticed the absence, not just of journalism, not just a challenge, but of humanity. Fallon doesn't connect. He performs. He doesn't respond to culture. He tap dances around with jazz hands and pre-cleared jokes vetted by 10 layers of brand consultants. Then came Megyn Kelly's takedown, not a critique, but a cultural autopsy. She peeled back the layers of Fallon's act and revealed the hollow core, a gaping void where courage and originality should have been. Fallon built an empire on neutrality. But when neutrality stays silent in the face of garbage, it becomes complicity. You can practically hear his producers rehearsing. Asterisk, make sure the guest feels safe. Don't ask anything too real. Keep it light, keep it goofy. Whatever you do, don't show a spine. Asterisk, that worked until it didn't. Now, viewers aren't tuning out in outrage. They're tuning out because they're bored to death. Fallon isn't doing anything. He's just there, a decorative pillow on a burning couch. If Rogan and Kelly's roast accomplished one thing, it's this: exposing that being liked by everyone is the fastest way to be remembered by no one. Fallon tried so hard not to offend. He forgot how to matter. He had every tool: talent, timing, a legacy seat, a massive platform. But he traded it all for nightly routines of nervous laughter and viral skits that age faster than day-old avocado toast. This wasn't just a takedown. It was a reminder. Comedy can entertain and challenge. It can mock power, question systems, and punch up. Fallon chose instead to be the court jester juggling rubber chickens while Rome collapses. Rogan and Kelly simply pointed to flames.